Welcome again, 2 days in a row. Gone with John, the Justin, the Fib Lander, Brandon Trueblood, some OGs, T-Tox, Timmy Kramer. I'm a firm believer, T-Tox, that marriage leads to divorce. You're onto something there, I guarantee it. Timmy Kramer back in the house. Best decision of my life was not getting married. Ooh. I think a lot of guys, especially guys my age that have gone through it, are envious. Where's my time machine? Mochi is back. Good to see you. Now, this topic is, I was thinking about this. Every guy I know who is married, who bought his wife implants, typically after the last kid's born, probably 10 to 12 years into the marriage, has divorced the husband. Literally, he paid for the next guy's fund. Every one of them. I don't know of any woman that got breast implants that was married that is not divorced today. That's just me. I could be completely mistaken, but I believe it does lead to divorce. It's like a woman that loses all of her weight, maybe she's been 50 pounds overweight for 25 years, 20 years of her marriage. She starts losing weight. She starts getting in the best shape of her life. She leaves her husband. Very similar stuff, right? Jason Reed from Colorado. If you're dumb enough to buy your chick implants, you deserve what you get. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? So that's reality. I mean, literally, I think when husbands, and their intentions is obviously for them as well. They would like to see their wife who's got the saggy waggies get some firm term, some firmies, and maybe increase their intimacy. But all it does is boost her ego, boost the attention factor that she's going to get, and she's going to leave him. He basically prepaid for the reality in the end. John Boston, legendary John Boston. I know a woman who got implants after 3 kids. She's still married, but who knows what is going on. Yeah, it's not probably 100%, but I tell you what, everyone I know, especially out in Utah, which is a huge breast implant capital, lots of divorces, especially after that kid is born. Weight loss. If a wife starts working out a ton, going to CrossFit, these are just, even if men are here listening to this or coming here to listen to this, if you start seeing changes in your wife, your wife starts wanting lips, plastic surgery, you name it. And you're thinking, she wants to feel younger. She wants to, she's been a baby factory for, 15 years. I want to do something nice for her. Okay. That's a nice gesture. But at the end of the day, all that does is inflate a huge amount of ego and attention she is going to get from men. Simple as that. Anytime you see a woman with implants, most men stare. I mean, they look big. We are attracted visually to attractive women, and it's attention. It's as simple as that. Brandon says, if a woman alters her appearance, including losing weight, is fishing. It's their nature. Well said. John Markel, everything with a female is all about attraction. If the dumb male enables and funds her attraction, he deserves what he gets. He deserves what he gets for 300 Trebek. This is crazy. I'm on this chat and have Salty Cracker on at the same time. Well, you are multitasking. Mr. Hemi is back. Good to see you. Let's see, Rad, I've been seeing so many women over 45 getting divorced and going on social media. I sent you some. John, put that link in the chat of that channel. I've been watching a ton of those videos about these women that divorced their husband and instantly regret it. So I don't know if you can post that channel, but do it. You guys should go check it out. All these crazy women who line up for Chad, get dumped by Chad, and they run back to the husband. And just reading the comments is my favorite. Married 22 years. My wife did the same thing. A year later, she's knocking on the door. I left her in the past. So many men experience this. And many are talking about how the women got breast implants or did something drastically plastic to themselves, which caused, even more attention. A new lease on life is what she gets. Problem is we have failed as we're visually stimulated. We need to think outside of looks. Rad. Well said, Justin. Fortunately, I think our testosterone gets us too wired to look at the buttocks and the breasts and the face and the legs. If you're married and your wife wants to start looking better, you can bet it's not for you. 100% laying it down to Chinatown, Jason Reed. Results in the house. Big old titties are big old titties. Tiggle bitties is what Eddie Murphy says in that one movie. Joseph Hoffman is back. Good to see you, brother. Have you seen those videos then? Yeah, it's I think it's called HL something, but it's a YouTuber where all these women are just regretting everything they've done. Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. There are plenty of simps who don't like men and are the cheerleaders of these 304 so they can reap the benefits of playing the fake victims. Ain't that the truth? Like David Lee Roth says, all these crazy women, just one more crazy night. You got to understand that. I mean, literally, you got to understand 98% are not recommended. 1 to 2% are decent, but they're still ladies. Female nature is universal. Female nature is universal. She's not yours. It's just your turn. Women can change their minds at any time, and they're emotionally wired. What does that tell you? Do you even like fake tatas, brother? I am not a big fan of fake. I've been with multiple gals that have fake ones, and they are not. Not a big fan of them. They're very odd. They look good from 10 feet, 20 feet away, but they're not for me. Not my cup of tea. They're bolt-ons. The older the ladies get, the more psycho they become. Cat ladies to box wine. It's a hard trip to the wall. It is a hard trip to the wall, T-Tox. Good to see you, brother. They don't feel right, do they? They look nice. They're not the same. Yeah, they look really good. How about the old lady that's like 65, 70 that, got just within the last couple of years got a boob job, but she's got turkey neck. She's got all the baggage, the crazy wrinkles, and she's got boob jobs. Crazy. That's the channel. That's a great channel. You guys go check it out. But, if anything, a lot of guys are in that situation. And this is the great thing about good to see Coach Lamont, about these forums. When I was going through my divorce, there was MGTOW and Red Pill and great things, but there weren't many live streams. There weren't many, and I think now it's become such an avenue for us to share with one another all our ideas, experiences, tips, tricks, what to avoid, what not to do, and it's just great to be able to share that with others. Keeps us on the same page. I'm not a fan. Yeah, it's just they're just odd. I'm not a fan of pig lips. I'm not a fan of fillers. They all look the same. They got the lips that are kind of flaring up, and they got the fish lip things going on. They got the fillers. Their face looks all. You can just tell they got the frozen face, the Botox. It doesn't move. They got the hair extensions. It's like you still look old, but it's just frozen. And instead of wrinkles, it's just frozen. You can tell, right? John Boston said, this loser divorced her husband of 18 years. Rad. This is like 99% of all women I see in the court system. Let them divorce. Unfortunately, the problem with marriage is this. The problem with marriage is familiarity creates complacency. Complacency creates contempt. Women and men change over time. I would say the majority of women change thousands of times. My divorce attorney said, you know what the problem is marriage is? You've been married to 1,000 different women in one body. How can any man, and the man could, you could change 2 or 3 times, but not as much as women. I mean, we're pretty simple creatures. Keep our bellies full, take care of us at night or in the morning or at lunchtime, and, quit nagging. Give us our freedom to have peace. But that's the reality. Oh, Rad, last week I saw a sucker get married in the church I grew up in. And this was the most activity I've seen. Some betas will never learn. I don't think they will. I like this pillow face. I think that's a very, that's it. Pillow face and pig lips. The pig lips, it just drives me nuts. These women that have these huge, I mean, they might be good for downstairs, if you know what I mean. Other than that, you just look at them. They just don't, it doesn't, it looks out of place. It really does. Rad's all about natural. And I don't mind a little color in your hair if you want to do that. Just light makeup. But that's it. I don't like lipstick. If it's lipstick, I like the Carmex, the chapstick. That's the only lipstick I like. All that red. Oh, it reminds me of my mother. My mother used to wear red lipstick all the time. And I don't know what those, she's almost 80, 2 years away from 80. And it's like, back in those days, it's like they wore lipstick because it was like a chapstick at the same time or something like that. And she would wear it. She'd kiss me on the cheek when I was young, and I get these big red kiss marks. And then when she drink out of the glass, drink a glass of water, she have the lipstick. I just never liked it. I just thought it was just creepy. Not creepy, but I never liked it. Marriage is the main reason for divorce. Change my mind. You're going Charlie Kirk on us. Change my mind. Rad met this woman. I could get her in on a slow Tuesday during cuffing season. Problem is she's just a tad too big for me. I like them normal or thin. She'd call her slim thick. Cuffing season's coming up, guys. Another 6 to 8 weeks, right? Polska's in the house. Polska, what's up with Chicago? The Bears. I do like a woman. How about that? A woman that looks like a woman. Nothing too out of control, trimmed and proper, if you know what I mean. That's just my personal preference. I don't like armpit hair or leg hair, but I do like hair in other places, if you know what I mean. Didn't the Muppet Show predict what these 304s would look like back in the 70s? They probably did. I think I remember seeing something like that. The Muppets for 300. Drummer Kell throwing out nostalgia. One mighty and strong, females are the ultimate bait and switch or fool's gold. By the time a man realizes his unicorn is a fraud, he's been tricked. I would say fool's gold is very well. A lot of men believe they have won the prize to get married. Little does he know if he's blue-pilled. The reality of the marriage will. Fake nails is as far as I enjoy. That's the slippery. I don't mind fake nails. If they can have normal nails, that's great. As long as they're done well. Very, very conservative fake nails. That's why I like black women too. Nice lips. There you go. I'm from Chicago, Rad. Fuck the Bears. I went to a bar in Chicago down by downtown. It was about three-quarter of a mile. From Navy Pier by the courtyard. Right now, there's tons of Venezuelans living in it. And it was a big sports bar. It was like you go downstairs in it. It's right by a Chipotle. You know what that bar is? And the Bears were playing. The Bears. I got up this morning. It was 58 degrees. And it was cool. I thought lots of women thinking, need a man for cuffing season. It's starting to cool down now. We're getting into the fall. Another 4 to 5 weeks. No matter what they do, it's like scraping barnacles off a ship's hull. Ooh, that doesn't sound like fun, does it, Detox? Good to see JR. Slim, thick, skinny, fat. All the big women like long nails. Yeah, it's almost as though it takes the attention, or tattoos, right? So if they're that fat, maybe the guy will see the tattoos of the nails instead of the fat. Delusion. I've seen some decent looking black ladies, but a lot of them seem to have that mouthy attitude, but so do white women. Bunch of retards among the DNC. Rest of town is up to its old self. Cool night, sounds of sirens and gunshots. There you go. Mike Ditka's for 300 Trebek. No, well, it depends. Send me a picture. Depends how thick she is. I mean, if she's over 200, yeah, I would stay away. A lot of those fat girls, I mean, it's feast or famine for them. Or it used to be. Now they get, betas all day long. It's hot in Texas. And flat. I enjoyed your prepping stream the other day. I learned a lot. Oh, thanks, Coach Lamont. If anything, I was thinking about that today that we did yesterday. It's the fact that one must believe they can survive. It doesn't matter how much education you have. You have to believe that you can do it. There's a lot of quitters out there. Or a lot of guys that don't have the confidence in themselves that they can't do things. But you can. This topic actually obliterates what they say about I put on makeup for myself and not for no man. That's BS. They put themselves in death situations, all for the attraction of who? Men. 100%. How about the daters now that say you have to pay for their nail appointments and to get their hair done and a cut and color before they'll go on a date with you, because that's how much they have to invest in going on dates. And there's suckers that'll pay it. There's blue pillars that'll pay it. They'll get babysitters. They never met this gal. They'll get babysitters where they'll send them $200 in Venmo to take care of their nails and everything and get a babysitter. And then they'll pay for their dinner. They're $500 into it and they've never even met anything. And they get the chicks just got to be going, nah, beta male. Brandon, I can't go out. Oh, okay. You guys are trying to set something up. You guys should meet up. My grandpappy said it's best, Rad. If she's got a voice box, she's bad news. Uh-huh. That's a good grandpappy, Mr. Thiblander. It's Cash's attitude that makes her unbearable. Other females at least pretend to be in agreement in order to extract resources. She's just aggressive and offensive all the time. I don't know what it is about, certain cultures, and some women are mouthy, some are submissive, some have high, Latin tempers. It's just very interesting. Lots of different personalities for sure. They go under the knife, all for men's validation and vanity. Females have died in these surgeries, Brazilian butt lifts, and gastric bypass. Uh-huh. Yep. We call the chunky ones scooters. Scooters are fun to ride, but you don't want to have your friends see you on them. I always talk about the gal that lived above me when I first got divorced. When I moved out of the house, and she was 300 pounds, pretty face. She'd have guys coming in and out all the time, but they're always at night. It was always at dark, like 9 o'clock and later. And they were some tall basketball players, black guys, white guys, Italian guys, ugly dudes, chads and hippies, you name it. Hitting and quitting. So there you go. George Orwell is back. Good to see you. But it's funny. It's just women in their 40s that have gone through a marriage of 15 to 20 years that have had those kids, 3 kids that, oh, my boobs have fallen down, and they want to feel better about themselves, and they do. And then they start getting the attention of others, and they leave the husband. See it all the time. I had a friend of mine that said he'd cut the boobs out if she ever cheated on him. He'd cut them out. Now, here's something that's interesting. In legal systems, there was a case where a husband that was getting divorced was trying to say that the breast implants were marital property. And the judge, he ruled against the man, but he did bring it up into the disclosure and the discovery phase of the court or the case, that he had spent 10 grand and those were considered marital assets. But I find that quite interesting. Color makes no difference. I agree. The attitude is the issue. Lots of attitude out there. These males who celebrate these dangerous surgeries don't like females because they enable this shit, and now we have to deal with this. Well, we have allowed it. That's a problem. Males are the problem when it comes to, especially beta male, blue-pilled simps. At once many of us have been there, and we have learned from our mistakes, and we accept and take accountability for it. But we figured doing all these things for women, nice gestures, incentives, would help the relationship. And all it did was destroy it. In this case, these enhancements, these augmentations just give women more attention out in the streets. and they begin to, and they grow an ego that's even bigger. Fake nails are good as long as they don't look like eagle. I like them really short. The fake nails that are just maybe an eighth an inch over the normal nail. That's ones I like. I don't like them longer than that. When they got the little white on the top, what do they call that? Shellac? I don't know what they call that. Liberal men are the worst enablers. Absolutely. White guys for Hills Up Harris. I like the Midwest type. Natural with just a bit of makeup. Fit and friendly. Yes. Natural, charming, and classy women. Do they exist anymore? They're very rare. He should have gotten one titty half right. Which comment? I didn't see your comment post, brother. This is the first time I've seen you. The cursed ugly one. Let me know when they start acting like 1950s boob heads, Rad. The problem is they're never going back. You know, everyone says, oh, they're going to go back. You know, there's creators. No, they're not. I completely disagree with that. The programming is too deep. It's too set in stone now. We've had technology programming from Yahoo and AOL since 1994. 30 years of technology, of chat rooms, of cell phones, of secret texts. It ain't going back. These women are full of themselves, and men continue to fuel it. We fuel the delusion. We men don't need opinions and accusation. We need relations. I like that. I like that. I'm a fan of the Pakistani guy who got his marriage annulled because he found out his wife was surgically enhanced and he didn't want ugly children. Love it, Brandon. When they have the fake white ends on the nails, they call that French. Okay, then it's French nails. I like that. Yeah, I think that's classy. When I married my wife, she was very attractive, very beautiful that day, and she had those nails. And my ex-wife, she was very natural in how she looked until just a few years ago. She started getting pig lips. And a lot of women get their teeth done later in life. If you see a woman in her late 40s, early 50s with braces, that's another red flag. These 40-year-old altering and modifying their bodies like Miss Potato Head, your younger days are gone and you blew it. And I would say, Jerome Markel, you knew it and you know it. You can keep ranting. We're all good. Jordan's back. What's up with you, brother? Good to see you again. Wrapping up another great workout. Heading to Uruguay in October. Montevideo. Attaboy. What part of Uruguay are you going to? Wonderful country. They're probably screwing. Yeah, that's happened to me a few times. Big Chris is back. Most women who get plastics don't get it for male acceptance. They get surgery for the narcissistic sake of being in a position to have the right to refusal. I don't feel sorry for them either. Good to see you, Big Chris. French tips. I didn't know they were called that. Interesting. Fake tits as marital assets. Lawyers should argue for. No, it's come up. If you Google right now, breast implants in a divorce, you'll see tons of articles and pages talking about it. Never would have guessed. Ella Emhoff, what the heck? Thought it was the person who tried to blank Trump. Gotcha. I do like nails, especially that scratch. Yes, I'm a fan of a woman that scratches my back. I always make them do it when I was, getting back in the game. I'd always say, scratch my back or scratch my arm, and they would do it. It's crazy. I didn't even know. I'm doing it for 10 minutes. Hey, scratch my arm. Why? I want to feel your nails. Or I'd say, let me see your nails. And so she'd be like, why do you want to see my nails? Show me your nails. I look at her nails and I go, oh, you take care of yourself. I go, a woman that takes care of her nails takes care of other things. She goes, that's right. Now scratch them. Scratch my arm. She starts scratching me right there at the restaurant. Craziest thing. I'm telling you, it's almost like hypnosis. Gone with John. What's up, brother? Good to see you again. YouTube is just effing with everybody. I noticed that John was posting stuff that a lot of his views have been in the negatives. Who knows? It's like for 1 month, I got 1 subscriber. Not that I care. I really don't. I could care less. And then I did a video with the bike video, and all of a sudden I got 10. I don't know if they're bots or real. Who knows? Ella Emhoff is the VP husband's daughter. Oh, She looks like a libtard. Of course she does. I just heard that RFK is going to drop out on Friday and endorse Trump. Their whole life is about their feelings. They are not mature enough to remember oaths and responsibility. Well, they're emotionally based, and we are more logical based. But a lot of men today of the Gen Z millennials are emotional, and there's quite a few Gen Xers that are emotional. So it is what it is. Ask the soon-to-be ex-wife which implant she wants to give back. Yeah, I'll take the left one. Note to self, never scratch your head. There you go. Even the good women. Yeah, I mean, women are run by their feelings. I mean, they love to talk and they love to share their feelings. It is what it is. That is women biology, right? I went to the Trump store today. Lots of people there. I listened to an interview with Roger Stone, and they're saying that RFK is going to drop out and endorse Trump. They're also saying that the betting market in Vegas is never wrong. Trump's up, and it's all BS on the Democratic side. Look at the job numbers today. Did anyone see the job numbers that the government completely overestimated 800,000 jobs? 30% of the market saying they increased jobs by this amount. Total bamboozle. There you go. Can you imagine what it'd be like with a world full of June Cleavers to choose from? I bet that June Cleaver, I bet she was a tiger in the bed. They take care of everything except that damn pink stinker. There you go. Yep, 800,000 fake jobs. Well said, Brandon. My soft guy era t-shirt should be coming this week. Good. I mean, yeah, it's crazy the enhancement that's being pushed. I'm going to take a picture where I go to work out. There's this huge billboard about all these services you can get for a woman, and I'm going to take a picture of it. Too many Kamalas in the dating world. I refuse to take part in that crap again. It's funny. You're absolutely right, Chris. There are so many liberal women, but they're the easiest to get in bed. Females are on endless quest for more, no matter how much they have, because females are empty inside. Men keep giving a bottomless pit who couldn't be content in paradise. Well, they say that women, and this was an article written in Cosmopolitan or one of those Elle magazines, that women between the ages of 18 and 85 are the most unhappy in their lives. It's after the age of 85 is when they're the most happiest, and before the age of 18. Go figure. Print up those soft guy shirts, Gerard Markel. They are proposing a 45% long-term capital gains tax. They're delusional. They really are. Again, as we said yesterday, November is going to be a very, very interesting month. Whoever wins, the fallout will be enormous on both sides, regardless. I have not been to one of the Trump stores, but I would like to get a pair of his high tops, his shoes that he just made. We do not say her name on here, gentlemen. She's referred to as Bed Wench. There you go. There's somebody in my neighborhood that's got a Kamala. The total libtards. They fly the flags. They fly the Skittles flags. The woman is this total looking Karen. The husband's this older guy, total beta male. He's got more estrogen than she does. And they got this Kamala Harris, whatever the other guy, Wiltz, or whatever the hell his name is, Tampon Tim. And then right next to him is this total Trumper with two big Trump flags. I love it. When the government raises taxes, people work harder to get around them, diminishing returns. Well, the money, literally, as Warren Buffett has always talked about, 15 to 20% if you got your money making you money. If you are the person making money, you're taxed at almost 40% in income tax. Or 36% than whatever your state and local taxes are. It's a joke. 45% capital gains will destroy the economy, Brandon. That's more than what payroll taxes are or income taxes. Cackles. Oh, she's so annoying. Women are whining, saying they're not enough men in the club. The men realize the clubs are filled with a bunch of broken hoes trying to act like they're too good for the men who are too good for them. Attaboy, Big Chris, laying it down to Chinatown. Hi, Renegade. Good to see you. Drinking down in some Canadian kokanee. Or is it Labatt's? Good to see you, brother. I Renegade. Tamp on Timmy in the house. He's an idiot. Oh, yeah, he's a stolen valor. They are realizing the greatest show on earth is coming to close. They are trying to save it. Pray for Trump that he contains his above ground existence. The illegals should go where those camel toe supporters are. Yeah, well, they try that. I mean, they ship them out of Texas up to the lib states. Staying in Trump mode is the best way to get life through me. Too much BS growing by the days. There you go, cursed one. There's a lot more irrational people out there. I think the media is so friggin', graped by the libs. They're just in it to win it. That they are saying so much misinformation, and it's going to be interesting to happen. I've seen one Kamala bumper sticker compared to dozens of Trump flags and bumper stickers. Nobody likes her. SCE, good to see you, Master Rent. She does not have our best interest in mind. Ain't that the truth, brother? Good to see you here. To be honest, if you meet a woman who has implants, it's a turnoff and major red flag. You already know she's an attention seeker. Well said. That's another thing. When I see that, anything fake, it's like, nah, this woman, it literally has massive insecurity problems. It gives you 3 years till Clinton comes in. WHO. Well said, brother. The old style Democrats are the Republicans of today. John F. Kennedy didn't want the war. Crazy. Riddle, spell candy, but with 2 letters. Think about that one. I don't listen to any lefty media. NPR, National Puss Radio. Rasmussen blew up all the fake polls. Yeah, there's so many fake polls out there. And people are like, Trump doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. I hope this election goes like Reagan versus Mandela or Walter Mondale. They can have Minnesota. So when I was in high school, me and my buddy, we went to the Cannon Beach, which is in Oregon, seaside area, where Goonies was filmed, The Haystack Rock, Kindergarten Cop, a bunch of movies were filmed out there. We're skateboarding, we're sleeping in my Datsun 510, and we meet these 2 gals from Canada. One of them is Geraldine Ferraro's niece. Now, she had lost. This was like 89 or something. Wasn't Mondale and Ferraro 88? Right? 110 million votes. She's going to get 200 million, right? Yeah, right. Anyhow, she was Geraldine Ferraro's niece, and we were making out with them at their hotel room. It was crazy. Like, my buddy was on the floor with his one chick. I was on the bed making out all night. Get your asses out and vote, brethren, especially if you don't live in the far west. Well said. Free vasectomy or free abortion. They're an abomination for sure, BT. I was at Reagan and Airport in D.C. in 2016. They had Trump and Hillary stuff there. All the Trump stuff was sold out. Plenty of Hillary crap. I mean, when you look at Cackles and Stillery, do you just see them in their pantsuits and just go, man, that's disgusting. Just looking at how they present themselves. Females use the notion that they are emotional in order to behave any way they want without consequences, simply because they have the excuse of being emotional. Well, that is, female nature for the majority of female natures. 98% are not recommended. They're trying everything, SCE, to steal. As Trump is saying, too big to rig. Mondale got 13 electoral votes, 10 from Minnesota, 3 from Maryland. Total loser. I love it when Trump calls those guys total loser when he goes after. He called George Clooney lightweight star. George Clooney, the lightweight Hollywood star. That guy's an idiot too. George Clooney. What a puss. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Geraldine Ferraro. Her name was, what the hell was her name? Samantha Ferraro. Reagan versus Mondale. Classic bitch. Wasn't Mondale a friggin' commie too? No call girl shall occupy the Oval Office. This one's worse than Hillary. Hills up Harris. Cannot stand seeing cackles in her jumpsuit and man sport coat. No, it's just disgusting. It's like, and how about the dude she's married to, that Doug guy? That he's Jewish and he wasn't. He's got some skeletons in the closet. He's got more estrogen than she does. Huh. You think I'm being abusive, don't you? There you go. Just a lot of less future liberals to deal with. What else are they going to give for free to the DNC, the Democratic world? They're going to pay your loan off. They're going to do all this stuff. They're going to give you 25 grand. I'm going to pay my bills. I'm going to pay my cell phone. I put gas in my car. Remember that? The Obama? Obama, going to put gas in my car. There you go. I remember being alive and watching on television, the evening news, the Reagan attempt to delete him. And who was his guy? James Brady that got hit. He does want a cabinet position. He and Trump both agree that something is going on with all these childhood illnesses. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of things that I agree with RFK on. There's a lot I don't. But I think he was anti-jab. He called out Fauci. But yeah, he's got some weird other things. But I think in the end, he is seeing now. Good to see you, Arvero. He is seeing now the danger that this Democratic ticket has. VP's husband was self-loathing at DNC. I wanted to throw up. When men say, she's my better half. Yeah, she's my better half. That's the biggest simp move of all. That's a girl move. I doubt it. I mean, would you go there? Would you go near the tuna boat? And I've seen those videos of that. She's got a few in her when she's speaking. Houses Rebel. Heard the spin today. They are promoting housing for all. Yep. 25 grand. James Brady. I remember that. There is Jewish blood on my side. My great-grandfather was a Zweifel from Europe. But I think it's very, very little. Very little. It's probably when he can be considered. People in Massachusetts are going to go nuts with RFK joining Trump. They may swing the New Hampshire vote. Trump can win. Well, there's only 4 or 5 states that really matter at this point. And yeah, I think they got a good game plan. Happy wife, happy life. That's another one of those scams. He's admitting she controls him and she wears the pants. Yeah, that's the exact admission right there, Jerron, when a man says that she owns him. If I spent a night with Cackles, I'd be afraid I'm going to fall in. Oh, my gosh. You'll understand the problem if you read Revelation. There you go. Oh, the liberal men are the biggest friggin' pussies. A woman in a pantsuit is nothing but dill envy. There you go. Kazarian. There you go. Born and raised in New York City, living in Carolina for 2 years, and the migrants are wreaking havoc crime-wise there and across America. Very violent and much organized crime from liberty-seeking. Yeah, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. They're letting people in. If she isn't happy, nobody should be happy. Another one of those scam lies. Those are the states. Trump can lose all and win with winning New Hampshire. Don't see Trump losing PA. Well, I think with Shapiro being Jewish and he's obviously a very religious Jewish man, that people that support his Jewish religion and his passion for his Jewish religion will vote against Pose for Hamas, right? I'll never forget the time this 50-something-year-old woman came up to me in ugly pantsuit, sarcastically asked me if I needed help in a Kroger's parking lot. She completely weirded me the effect. Oh man, I would have loved to see your face on that, Big Chris. Do you need help? Why don't you shut your mouth? Get back behind the sink and make me a sandwich. How many liberal men are in New York, in Brooklyn? John Markel. Do you run into a lot, or are there more men becoming more strong and conservative? Chihuahua in the house. Big Mike did speak in her $3,000 attire talking about rising people up to economic prosperity. When we got this, she just asked to fluke out. You see a guy from Venezuela, Trump rally, talking about how bad the left is with socialism. I lived in Venezuela for 2 years. Beautiful, rich country, but what it's happened, nah, I won't set foot in that. They'll kill me. Rad dances like Chuck Schumer. Crying Chuck. Crying Chuck. Did she show the camel toe in the suit? Oh, just the way. I mean, who takes her serious when she talks? She's word salad. She can't put 3 words together. She failed her law degree. She laughs all the time. She makes the stupidest analogies. I don't understand people that think there's value there. She's Kermit the Frog's cousin. Brad, there's a guy on TikTok who does his channel. I'm a liberal guy. It's hilarious. Check it out. Where's my dinner? They're all libtards in New York City, Rad. I was there a week ago. Man, I was in New York about 4 years ago. It might have been 2019 before COVID. They'll never realize that it works, T-Talks. I heard Beirut was beautiful as well, brother. Total failure. But yeah, I mean, I was there and it was crazy. It was such amazing food. The food, the choices. But it was like, I remember I was coming out, it was literally downtown in this hotel. The room is like so small because they're just so old, and obviously space is like real estate is just crazy pricey and spendy. But I get out and it's literally, I was in a Frogger game. I was like trying to walk. I was going out, turning around. I was going to walk like 3 blocks to where I was going. And it was like 10 million people just running like crazy, right? I'm like, all right, okay. Apparently this is like rush hour pedestrian traffic or early morning. And people are just crazy, loud, angry, shouting. I mean, it'd be great for people watching, which I did. And I had some great food. Man, but what a different world New York City is. I did not see Big Mike's talk last night. Brooklyn is infested with lots of libtards, especially males pushing strollers, males carrying babies across their chest, males having their hair in a bun. I love that. I need to put that on something. That's a great comment, dude. Men pushing strollers. Oh, man. My ex-wife always pushed us. Every now and again, I would, if it was going uphill or something, but I hated to be seen pushing the damn stroller. I refuse. Kermit is associated with Kamala. Kermit the Frog's cousin. I lost my mind when I saw Michelle O dancing in oh yeah, I saw the schlong. We saw it. Something was dangling. Joara says he refuses to listen to Big Mike. I'm telling you, man, I think that Big Mike is a legitimate Big Mike. All of this for a flag. Oh, man. Well, how about the wife of Macron? Apparently used to be is a Big Mike 2.0. We're going to do it. You know how we do it? This is how we do it. You know how we do it? Because this is how we do it. This is the only way we do it. This is the only way we know how to do it. SCE laying it down, tackle style, rad. Passage of time is the burden of. Don't be unburdened by burden with the passage of time. Oh, she's so just. Where is our? It makes Idiocracy the movie look like Harvard, like a Harvard campus. Sincerely yours, Cockalot Harris. Rad, you're about as un-Jewish as it gets. You every Jew's worst nightmare. I don't have anything wrong with. I don't know what the problem is with Jewish why people don't like them, but a lot of people don't like Muslims. A lot of people don't like Christians. I don't like I think Catholics are probably the only real religion that most people like. You don't hang with Big Mike. No, you don't. Men walking dogs with neon painted paws and spike collars. How about the dudes that are painting their nails now? Come on. Liberal said it was a tampon dangling. Yeah, okay. Okay. That'd be really disgusting. But it was a white pantsuit. So wouldn't the tampon that was dangling turn that area a little different color? Certain participles were dangling. She looks like she's drunk or stoned or something. And they're keeping her out of any sort of discussion with the press just because they know how horrible she is. She's terrible in front of the mic. I'm not blank. I hate everyone equally. I always like to say, yeah, of course, you can call me a blank. I like NASCAR racing. I like horse racing. I like dog racing. I like motorcycle racing. Yeah, of course I'm a blank. It's got to be a 10-incher or something. Or she left the pegging tool strapped to her leg for Barack, because he likes pegging. Barack Obama's an idiot too. Like, where did he come from? Remember, like 2007, all of a sudden, like no one ever heard of the guy. Like, seriously, it's like he popped out of a vending machine, and it was a senator for what, 6 months? I mean, where is his best friend Clarence or Earl from junior high that say, yeah, we used to hang out, we used to climb trees. The guy like literally it's like somebody like he came in off a spaceship. Did you see? Yeah, almost 6 million. I saw that today, John. That's 73%. And he's laying it down in Chinatown. I mean, think what you want about Elon Musk. Yeah, I guarantee you the guy's not of this world. He's like interterrestrial or something. He's got alien blood. He's got it. Thumbnails everywhere that Kamala's a drunk. John Boehner, the old House Speaker, he was a drunk too. Males with black polish on fingernails, tats, and ear gauges, self-mutilation, and booster infected. Yep. But whatever you think about Elon Musk, I think one of the reasons he bought Twitter was for this exact reason. And, yes, he's played both sides of the fence and so forth, but I think he's seeing now that he's got the Skittles kid and he wants to combat the woke mind virus. I like the guy. Will I buy his car? No. Obama was a Manchurian president. Well said. Popped out from a public bathroom dispenser, says Arvero. Yes. My account got banned. I was MGTOW forever. Oh, MGTOW forever. Good to see you, brother. What happened? I'm surprised they let you have that handle. That's funny. That would pass the filters. I don't hate anyone. I have black friends on my men. Well, it does, it makes sense that they would allow you to have that handle, MGTOW forever, because the Dems are all pro-Hamas. I don't hate anyone. I have black friends on my men's team that I help get out of the court system. I don't have an issue helping people when they are getting used by the court. No, me neither. Doesn't matter what color, skin, or race you are in the United States or Canada or England. We all get the same treatment. She lives on gin. She probably does. Hasn't lived here in years. Interesting. He lives in Hawaii, doesn't he? He's the most successful African American ever. WHO says, I have no friends. We're all friends here. Musk is, he's got 12 kids. You guys know that? Big Mike's pants were reenacting a WW2 battle because the Battle of the Bulge was being blown on Ellen DeGenerate channel. Oh, she's annoying too. I posted blank stuff. Second Strike was day away from expiring. People were spam reporting all my vids. Interesting. Oh, he's in DC. Yeah, probably. I hope Greg can keep that shop open, cooling that place 6 days a week, only selling tea. There's no money in tea. I mean, unless you're selling Lipton tea or twisted iced tea. There's no money in it. It's like if you're an artist and you're selling artwork to Eskimos in Alaska that live in igloos. It's cool, but they're not going to buy it. They want a rifle to shoot fish or a fishing pole, or interesting. My kids have friends at school who are going to Copley Square to protest against Israel. My kids know better to not get involved with any of this stupidity. Hive mind strikes again. Elon Musk is forcing the opposition sucks to plan a level field. It's far more tolerable and constructive criticism to the left. Anyone notice? Yes. And we know no one hates in here. I got banned on Facebook for 30 days. Dang, Joe and the Ho. There you go. Good night, Brandon. You know, that's interesting. Has Big Mike ever been in a bathing suit? We should look for that. Don't they go swimming in Hawaii all the time? I've seen Barack in the water in Hawaii. That's curious. You know, I've never seen Big Mike. Jawara, go research that. In Massachusetts, men are so abused by the court system, these attorney sims think they are special. I like toying with them. Man, I wish there was a hidden camera when you were dealing with those lawyers. There's no tea in money either, Rad. There's no money in tea. That's right, brother. Some restaurants sell the ganja. Interesting. CNY. There you go. That's the riddle. I was thinking that. I sent you a text from Gregory's Tea Shop. Major announcement. Well, I need to look at it. What's the announcement? I just got off a 10-day rad fast. You won't find her. I don't think she was ever pregnant. I think those were born by a surrogate, or they adopted them. That's what somebody should say, Hemi. You know, Big Mike, they do have tug-friendly bathing suits at Target. Has Big Mike ever been pregnant? I'll give Bitcoin to the first person who can. Attaboy. Radical Rafters in the house. Good to see you. The deep state globalists are deathly frightened by patriots. There you go. Well, yeah, I mean, they don't have a lot less in the playbook. I mean, I like to listen to Alex Jones. I think a lot of what he has said has come to light. And people wrote him off I remember watching him years ago, 15 years ago. And he's basically saying what the globalists always let the playbook known. They'll make a movie about it, such as Civil War, or that one on Netflix came out a few months ago with Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke. That was apparently produced and executive produced by Obama's about the end of the world as well. They definitely tell you what they're doing and so forth. So they're coming to the end where they don't really have a lot of options yet because Butler did not go according to plan. There's no pictures because those kids are not theirs. Good to see Post Not Clarity. Love and respect to you as well. Too big to rig. So that's the reality, right? These women and their breast augmentations and what they do to themselves. But the majority of women that get them during, that I know, that get them during marriage, Well, the end is near for that guy. And that husband is playing for the future fun of Chad and Tyrone and Jose. Yes, he did call him Mike. I remember that. Leave the world behind. That's right. Did anyone? I enjoyed the movie, regardless of who made it. It was very interesting. It got one to think. This could definitely happen. Of course, we dislike the Who's. There's too many of them in positional power, undermining the Constitution, throwing rocks, and hiding their hands. Yeah. With all the weird things created, let's open an amusement park. Arvero. For the spells to work, they have to be hidden in plain sight. You're not mistaken. No, you're not mistaken, Hemi. No room for a dill and a female bathing suit. I have confidence in Bitcoin, says Jerron Markel. I didn't know that Obama produced it till after. But I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was interesting. And what about that one movie that M. Night Shyamalan did? What is it? Like One in the Cabin? Where those 4 people show up and they're like, you need to kill her. Or whatever, delete that person. Or there's going to be the world's going to end. Brad, wait a minute. Maybe we should have all of them consent to a DNA test. Well, the whole birth certificate was a joke. Everybody knows he was born in Kenya. I wrote abusement park. That would be funny. And Polska is right. It's called programming for a reason. Listen, when they say television programming, what does that tell you? Tell you a vision. Tell you a vision. Television programming. Tell you a vision to be programmed. Subliminal messages. We should do a live stream on subliminal messages of records in the 70s and 80s. Play Stairway to Heaven backwards and it says, go delete yourself. We got a lot of road work out here going on. It's crazy. Arvero, tell lie vision. There you go. Same thing. Television. Tell me a vision or tell lie vision. Telling lies to your vision. There you go. Yeah, why would it be called television? We don't know. Yeah, we don't know. This could be flagged, even mentioning that. But it is what it is. I mean, who knows? Now you can make up anything. Think what AI is going to do to everything. Deep fakes, fake voices. You're going to have to run it through an AI software that can, detect fake stuff. They sure did, Hemi. What was it, like a week or 2 weeks later, she died? Telling lies to your vision. That's it. Polska says, it says mom in the Wendy's logo, mom in her collar. Nobody's watching the DNC, at least those that I associate with. 750 grand. What does that tell people? Are they really doing it for the love of the country? It was a month later. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was recent. Everybody knows. Transgender. I remember that. Send the misandry to the abusive park. Complimentary of the reigning sovereign, scepter-wielding barbarian patriot union. There you go, gents. There you go. We deal with all sorts of topics on these channels. From breast augmentation to current affairs, current politics for 300. Them wizards, warlocks, and witches are currently trying to cast spells through comic books and the comic book movies. I don't think you're mistaken either. Think how much programming is going on watching movies. They need another 10,000 years there. The other option is Venus. She told it as it is. I thought it was funny when she looked back and said, "Everybody knows she's transgender." She was probably drunk, but at least she said the truth. Goes in for routine procedure and never returns. Yeah, interesting how that happens. Well, we already got it with Obama. We have a transformer, Michelle. We all know it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, she might have been nutty, but wow. How about Phil Donahue dying yesterday or the day before? When Phil Hartman did the Phil Donahue skit on Saturday Night Live, it was the best. It was the best. But we're in for an interesting next 75 days. We really are. It's exciting. There's part of me that's exciting. There's part of me that's a little concerned. There's part of me that's, it is what it is. But I think we're in some really interesting times in every aspect. The financial system, the government system, the debt system, which ties into financial, the political system, the military-industrial system. It's very interesting. So, yeah. Phil Donahue, rest in peace. He was an interesting guy. Remember when he'd take the microphone and go, he'd tap his head. Radical, you're absolutely right. It's going to be November 6th is going to be a very historical day, regardless of who wins, regardless. But I believe Trump will prevail. And I think the media is completely making everything up. Did you guys see when they interviewed Pete Buttigieg, or Pete Butt Edge? And they're like, dude, how did you not know? I mean, who's covering up for Biden? And the guy I want to punch. Wow. I wouldn't mind being in a room with that guy and showing him what a man is, giving him a little roughing. Back in my days, we played a game on recess called Smear the Queer. Anyone play that game? I bet they have that flagged in the algorithm. Smear the blank. Pete Buttigieg. Oh, dude, that guy is so. How tall is he? The guy's got to be like 5'2". Trump said he'll only accept it if he wins. Well, yeah, I mean, they stole it the first time. And the Who's are hiding behind these government puppets, controlling it with the stroke of a pen. There's only 5 families that run this place. They've been running the place for the last 5,000 years, right? And it is what it is. The most important thing you can do is remove yourself from the blue pill programming, which includes government, living minimalistically, so you're outside of you're in the financial system, but you're not living like most people do with huge amounts of debts. You're living debt-free. You understand the religious component, that there's programming within religion. It's not saying you can't be religious or spiritual, but understand that. You understand the dynamics of relationships, which can land you below 6 feet under, or could land you above in cold, hard concrete, or other ways. So that is the key. If one can understand that, be prepared for anything that could happen, be self-sufficient, be mentally strong, emotionally strong, we can survive. But the government doesn't like guys like us because we're free thinkers. We've been through their gauntlet of deceivery and delusion. And we are tough. We are nomadic in multiple ways. But you're right. More men are waking up to this. The Lorena Bobbitt's lose. Didn't one of them die just recently? Communism enforced theft, racism, sexism, ageism, ableism, and all tools that they use to divide people from actively opposing their ability to manipulate the situations. F their commie stuff, absolutely. But I think, I let again after 250 years, societies crumble. We are at that. We're 248 years old as of July. And I literally believe that the pendulum has swung too far woke. It's swinging back, and it's going to cause a rift between people. And it could be a physical rift. It could be all sorts of things. But we are in very interesting waters. Remember, ships only dock under calm seas. Ships only dock under calm seas. We are not in calm seas. We are in rough waters. And fascinating, potentially worrisome. And someone was asking me the other day, hey, well, what happens if all the banks go under? Because I just read an article that 94 banks, we talked about this yesterday, are on the list of potential bank runs. One of the biggest bank of all, JP Morgan Chase. Someone says, well, what happens with all the money? Okay, you got Bitcoin. That's fine. You got physical gold. Great. You got some land. You can't eat your land. You might have, a year of supply of what happens with all the money disappears. Well, it disappears for everybody. Brokerage houses, bank accounts. If your cash is worth nothing, so the money you have under your mattress is not worth it. So what do you do? Right? What do? You have to have some sort of preparation. You have to have some sort of food storage or storage of some sort, and you start bartering. But if the whole system goes under, everybody goes under. The only ones that don't go under, those are the ones that are prepared. And they can barter well. Teddy Boy Smith from the UK. Women can still be attractive in their 40s. Look, yeah, I've seen some good-looking women in their 50s, sure. I've seen some good-looking women in their early 60s. Men only need females for procreation. That's it. Men won't. Men want but don't need. Females need but don't want. That's the difference. Yes, sirree, Bob. Men first, Justin. Everything can be conceived as a scam. Yes. Well said, Teddy Boy. Free slave mind is back. They don't need chest augmentation. They need brain de-augmentation. Well said. Postnet, gold and silver, food and water. I would say silver even more so, because silver is more exchangeable than gold. Silver's, I think, at $30 an ounce. A lot of folks are saying it's going to $100. We're over $2,500 with gold. And they're saying it's going to go to $300, maybe $3,200 within the next 6 months. Who knows? Gold's also regulated if you think about it. Believe John Bobbitt has lost some toes recently. Okay, maybe that's it. To the opposite of what they tell you. That is probably the best word of advice right there. Go to school, do the opposite. Go into trades. You need to be able to collect, boil, and filter water. Yes. Television is used to show humans all that is in the world, all the beauty, riches, relationships, luxuries. So humans will continually seek happiness through consumerism. Happiness is internal. Well said, One Mighty and Strong. Entitlement, de-augmentation. We need to de-augment all that shit. That's a false flag in itself. The mid-90s was when the shit happened, and 9/11 gave birth to Homeland Security to spy on the people. All of this by design. Remember, the birds aren't real. They're little drones monitoring and surveilling us. I know Rad is not going to politics, but I still secretly write his name in. This is ballot box. What if everything they tell you is a lie? Teddy Boy Smith, you're onto something, brother. Mysterio from Winnipeg. Lots of face enhancement on women than men. Good to see you, brother. They have so many high standards now. It'd be really difficult to be a woman at this stage. I mean, all of the pressure to look a certain way. Television is a total brainwashing tool, Teddy Boy Smith. If the American financial system collapsed, it would affect the whole world. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, I think it would. I mean, it would have an impact, absolutely. But there are some countries. I mean, Brazil is very self-contained. Their gasoline runs off that sugarcane alcohol. They have their own factories. They have a factory called Itautech. It's like GE or Samsung that makes everything. Computers. When I worked for Intel, I sold them chips for Itautech to build It was like a Dell, but Itautech made washing machine, refrigerators, solar systems, everything. They're self-contained. Russia, self-contained as well. In my junior high, we simply played catch and beat the fruit. There you go. Post-net clarity. But would you marry? No, I would never get married, Marty. Ever again. Ever again. Marriage is for young people, like 21 to 23, that want to have kids. Dating is for young people. It's not for people like us. It's stupid. John says they're all going to look at you, laugh at you. Should older women age like Jacqueline Smith and the rest of the Charlie's Angels? Yes. Or Linda Carter? TikTok is a total psyop. It's meant to literally make people stupid and brainwashed. Itautech. So it'd be ITAUTEC. Itautech. I'll look it up. I'm going to put it in the chat. Itautech. Right there. The world is like a mafia. Everyone kicks up the elites at the top. Well, think about this. Way before the US dollar was a reserve currency, countries were managed to deal with their own back when, right? But now we're so integrated in everything. It's a web at this point. Can we go back? I think there's certain countries that could be self-sustaining. But for the most part, no. I mean, if there's a financial dollar, I don't think the reserve dollar is going to clap I'd probably say 5 to 10 years. That's my thought. Jacqueline Smith is hot. Del Art's in the chat. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, brother. What's the advantage to being married? Nothing. Tax, probably the tax credit you get. That's probably all you get. And the men can say they're married. They have a spouse. Itautech. There is nothing beneficial for marriage for today's modern man. In 98%. I don't need a man. Translation, I'm trying to become a man. There you go, free slave. SCE says, when you understand the 13 mafia families that control the world, you know who pulls your puppet strings. Is it 13? I always thought like 5 or 7 families, but half a dozen more is not a big deal. But yeah, there are a certain amount that, all the kings and queens of all those European countries were all cousins and brothers and sisters 1,000, 1,200 years ago. King Louis, King James, King Juan, they're all the same. They're all the same family bloodline. You can brainwash kids to believe anything like being born in the body. Absolutely. That's what iPads do. They're brainwashing kids. These cell phones are brainwashing. These apps are all brainwashing. I'm a Chad, but I'll tell you something. It feels so good right now at 30 or 4-year-old, brother. Power. It's the power you have in yourself. Teddy Boy Smith, the woke mind viruses Elon talks about. I think autism is also programmed. Absolutely. There's something weird about that. I didn't know what that word meant until I was in my early 20s, probably late 20s. All of a sudden it came out of the blue. All these kids were having it. That could be because of certain shots that people got. My ex-wife would not allow my kids to get some shot until they were like 5 years old, because that's apparently been debunked, but who knows? Delart, you're absolutely right. Stay single, brother. Interesting. TS's 18th boyfriend, 6'5" Chad's, won't marry her. I wouldn't. Would you? And Butterface. Marty says, don't get married. Walk away and go MGTOW, brother. Says Jerome Markel. Blaster's back. Good to see our brother Blaster. YouTubes is going to have community notes soon. The RP is all facts, so they will need to double down on the lies to counter. Interesting. Yeah, no surprise. But you can go to a Transformer channel and they can show their bits, no problem. And they'll have 10 million followers. Remember, the globalists want Transformer. They want people to cut off hot dogs and make tacos. fake tacos, fake hot dogs. They want to medicate them with the wrong hormones to destroy all sense of humanity. I think you're right, Teddy Boy Smith. There's something weird about that Epstein and the Eyes Wide Shut type movies behind Eyes Wide Shut, man. Crazy movie. Stanley what was it? Colbert. I'm a filmmaker. I know his stuff. Clockwork Orange. Stanley Kubrick. So crazy. That's what I think the elites do. I think they get together and do that kind of shit. Wear those weird masks. Wear the cloaks. I go in stores and older women are always wanting to talk to me. It's crazy. Well, because you're an Italian stallion, Johnny. You should ask them funny things like, how many guys you been with? That's none of your business. Yeah, I thought so. Most people used to be straight because that's what was promoted. Now they promote hot dog. That's what they promote. They promote Skittles. Globalists want broken families. Populists like Trump are saying no. That's right. They do, John. The simple act of walking away is considered as teriyaki-ism. There you go. All women are married to screens. Screens have a 100% success rate. That's their boyfriend and their husband is their phone and their watch. How many females are virgins on their wedding date? 0.1% of 1%. There is a Hammerhand stop the transformer maxing. Good. Mayor of bodybuilding is back. An article showed in 2016 if just women voted for Trump would have only gotten 85 electoral votes. Interesting. Fascinating times we're living in, folks. The amount of brainwashing, programming of the youth. When I grew up, it was like 2 to 3% were Skittles. And now it's considered 20 to 22% identify Skittles. And potentially it'll be 40%. Like, just keeps doubling. Weird time. Interesting. They're calling what it is in the UK, Jerron. Yeah, you can't talk pretty much. You're going to be gagged wherever you go. Slam says breast implants if she had them hacked off from, yeah. Yep. I know that there is actually one woman that got that, one of our neighbors, and they're still total libs. She's not very attractive, but they were friends with us and our kids and their kids. And she went through breast cancer, and she got, in that regard, sure. I live in Massachusetts. I see the laws, and they do not support men. No man ever should be voting Democrat. Exactly. If a man votes liberal, he is not a man in my book. Just like the fall of Rome. The Roman Empire was the strongest, most brutal. They were the Trump country back in the day. Nobody effed with them. The soldiers were scared if they lost a war because they would pour molten gold down their throats if they so chose to return. Molten gold. What they did, man, talk about the Skittles and what they did with young, like Caligula. Go read about him. What a whack job. But it fell. It fell due to wokeism. But John, they're giving away free vasectomies and deletions of the DNC. An interesting way of telling you that they don't want you there anymore. They lay their cards on the table, don't they, SCE? You can get arrested for tweets. I saw some guy just got arrested. If you want to be Skittles, do it in your own damn room. Just quit having parades about it. You're absolutely right. Just who cares? Do it, be secret. I mean, do you like to see a man and a woman PDA in public? No, I don't want to see that crap with you either. Take on the character of Batman and Stosen. Yeah, fly under the radar. This is why I have a problem with Coach Greg Adams. I mean, his ex-wife came after him because he kept flexing. He stayed above the radar. Don't do that. You never live above the radar. You are a target. Almost 1 million jobs didn't happen. Keep believing the government. Unreal. These people are supposed to have the correct data. They can find every cent that you didn't pay them, but they skew everything else, don't they, John? Heels up does, yes. Or camel toe. In UK, your house can be robbed and police won't come, but if you message someone on Facebook, you get armed police at your door. Jeez. John's got to be going crazy everywhere he goes. There's probably like tons of Sprouts grocery stores all over there. Damn libs. Are you kidding me? They paint it with the Skittle rainbow? Oh, what? I've seen videos of UK police and they don't carry, this. It's like, are people scared of them? Like you could say, get over here, you're arrested. And you could say, piss off and walk away. I'm terrible with an English accent, but I tried. Mayor bodybuilding. Yeah, I mean, I love a lot of stuff that he has said. He's been very influential, but he's becoming more of this JUCO. In my book, he's putting pussy on a pedestal again. Every guy, go to the JUCO, pay him, just go to the JUCO, go to the JUCO, go to the JUCO. And then, it's fine having the things he wants. The liberal men will totally get mad at you. It's fine to have the nice cars, but don't go showing people that, especially someone that you're still dealing with in court. Live like you live in a suitcase and you eat top ramen with mayonnaise on it. We don't have to worry about the things a man in a relationship will eventually deal with down the line. Thanks to a channel like yours, we have knowledge to be wise to stay out of trouble with women. Well, we have a lot of experience on this channel, even for young guys like yourself, even up to Nick Vincent, who is 70 and comes to our channel quite frequently. We have a lot of years and experience and challenges we've been through that we can actually shed light on, as well as young men today can shed light on what these current modern day women are like, or young ladies or girls. I can't believe. Why do they need a month? I just don't understand it. It's an ongoing issue. The Transformers have been supported by the Commie Party for years now. Of course they have. Good to see David Smith. Women get boob job because they want more attention, plain and simple. Yep, we talked about that. You're absolutely right, brother. Good to see you. Every time I see a guy with his girlfriend or wife, I can't help but think, here's a guy who is an unknowing slave to a female who's with him because of the action he takes to make her happy. You're not wrong. Taxes. What a bamboozle. 1913. We should go back, take a time machine to 1912 to make that taxation not happen. A post coworker I know is married and she lost tons of weight. Now he's divorced and fighting to see his kid. There you go. Losing a lot of weight, doing something, starting working out, getting a boob job, all the things that get him attention is a sure recipe for a very fast and brutal divorce, especially if that woman has been married over 10 years and has 2 or 3 kids in tow. Yeah, Jawara, I kind of unsubscribed from him. I mean, I like a lot of his stuff. Don't get me wrong. I think he's very important in the community, but I think his message is now, for me, he continues to talk about the JUCO and how to get laid and how to spend, just keeps buying him stuff. And he's always talking. It's almost as though women really take a lot of mind share. Now, maybe he loves sex. I don't know. But at his age, I think he's 4 years younger than me, 3 or 4 years younger. It's like, really? Like, that? It's that important to you? But his audience is different as well. So, not hating on the guy. I like a lot of his stuff. I think he's brought a lot of important information and knowledge to the group. They're painting Skittles. People pill out to do donuts on them. I love it. What's the average cost of a fake bust? It used to be about 6,000, maybe 15 years ago. I think it's probably 10 to 12 now. That's what I'm saying, John. He shouldn't have shown and flexed his F-150, his motorcycle, and apparently he has a G-Wagon now. Like, so he's got 80,000 plus his wheels and his lift and his F1. He's probably got 120,000 in his F-150. He's got a G-Wagon. Well, that's what, 120,000. He's got a motorcycle. He's got all this stuff. He's flexing his trips. What ex would not go after the guy if you're still in that? He didn't play it right. And I wrote a comment on one of them saying, dude, you're flexing. It's when he did the whole, talked about his wife. It cost him his ex-wife was 50 grand. So I wrote a comment and said, man, the reason you did this is because you did a cardinal sin, which was to flex. And you don't flex in front of an ex-wife. You fly under the radar. You just live your life peacefully. And so I don't know if it did. And so a couple people said, yeah, I totally agree with you. And one guy says, he should flex. He's been successful. I'm like, this guy's got to be like 21, stupid as hell. I tried to help him, but he wasn't hearing the message yet. Yeah, a lot of them won't listen, Slam. They'll call the cops, and the peelers get a hefty fine. Yep. CJA Lane is parental alienation, his grasp on how men can't change women to spot on. Absolutely. He's got a lot of great things. The whole flex thing and the JUCO just drives me nuts. Wanting to get laid isn't a bad thing, but you have to let men know the dangers involved and let them know that puss isn't the pinnacle of life. Well said, David. Flexing is good, but don't do it in front of an ex. Look, there's nothing wrong with having nice stuff or looking nice if you want to get in shape, but it's why do you do it? Are you doing it for yourself or for others? Or are you doing it to get validation from others? That would probably be a better way of saying it. A friend of mine just bought a Porsche, spent it close to 170, looked at him and said, sold his red Porsche is going to get you arrested for speeding. Not for speeding, but with a woman. Truth, John, truth. I agree. He should be able to get his own lady without flexing or paying for it. He does say he does have a friend with benefit type gal. Yeah, I mean, if anything, yeah. And do it in a way that's like, man, I put some new wheels on my ride. What do you guys think? I put on 30-inch wheels or 36-inch wheels. But not like, oh, look at me. I'm great. This is amazing. She'll be asking the courts to make him pay for the upkeep of those fake boobs. Mark my words. Yeah. Are people born or is it caught? That's a very interesting question. I think there's a percentage of people that might have the tendency to be real, like they're almost like we're probably hermaphrodites in the womb or something. But I think the majority is conditions of their environment. But I could be wrong. And I don't, it is what it is. Only takes one woman to catch a case, more yours with odds go up. Yes, well said. Flexing for women seems like simp behavior. It is. It's seeking validation. It's a nice guy. He doesn't have to pay for it, but maybe the receipt. Yeah, that's one thing, right? There is probably an agreement. But still, I mean, does he need it 3 times a week? I don't know. That just seems, at his age, very interesting. If they don't want to be with you before you make it, they don't want to be with you once you flex, you advertise yourself as an accessory. Correct. Rainbow people can't simply be without yelling from the rooftop because the rainbow is a cult. Membership recruits through public visibility, shoving themselves down our throat is a tactic to recruit. Well said. Are you watching Clinton right now? He's probably on, after living with that woman for 45, 50 years. It is what it is. Guys, it's been a great stream. I'm going to cut it off here. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. Wonderful men in the chat. Great commenting. Great discussion. Appreciate all of you that come. This doesn't just help you. It helps many more people that'll stumble across these channels. It helps me. It helps everybody. It's an amazing group of talented and good men that want to do good in the world and good for themselves and stay out of the traps. Simple as that. Read a couple more comments. Coach Greg, the drifting dating coach, tried to flex on the manosphere, but ended up getting his coattail snatched up by his ex-wife. His channel did change quite a bit from when he first started in 2019 to where he is today. He was a lot more humble. but he won't read anything unless. And now you have to send him a specific amount of super chat. I don't know. That's just not how I operate. Not born that way, but chemically induced to become GAY by GMO processed foods. Oh yeah, and all of your shower bottles full of shampoo have that BPA shit in it. Thanks for being here, David, and everybody. Mysterio, what do you think of a 52-year-old woman saying she is good if she makes it to 102? I don't believe it either, Mysterio. Excellent loneliness advice, sir. Always one of the best things a man can do is to save face. Good to see you. Hi, HI. You're well. It is what it is. We'll see you guys on the next one. Catch Hammerhand tomorrow and everybody else this weekend. I am out. Peace.